I won't go hard because he wasn't a cancer donation. I want, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's doing good things off the field. So I'm going to keep it respectful.
Yeah. But on the field, Shady, Dak Prescott, he's being a nice guy. He's playing the last year of his contract where anybody with typical NFL cruelty would hold out. I'm not going to play if y'all going to make me play until the last year of my deal. Last time I did that, Dak Prescott, if I'm speaking as him, I broke my leg. It did work out for him some way, somehow. But, Shady, this is the most important conversation we can have because it's America's quarterback being the nice guy. I don't think it's something you would do monetarily, but is Dak making the mistake doing? No.
No, he's not.
No. How?
What could he do? Let's think about this for a second. All your expertise and all your knowledge and all your research, let's just do this for a second.
Yes, sir.
If you have a player, right? Let's say you're the agent or his best friend, whatever you want to do. He's second in MVP voting. Check. That's pretty good.
Check.
Yep.
He's all-pro.
Yep, check.
Check. And you're the franchise quarterback? Check. And you don't want the most money? Who does that? All these years, only been two guys, Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. We know why they did it. Why is he doing it? Because he knows. Everybody had a big question mark. Is he going to get paid? My thing is like, well, why would they pay him? You do the same thing every year. You have a really good regular season, right? Now, this one's probably a little bit better than normal, but it's the same results. Great season. Get to the playoffs. He don't show up. I thought it was just the Niners. He can't beat the Niners. No, it's more than them. Let's take the youngest team in the playoffs, the Packers. Can he beat them? No.
Go back, go.
Picks. So when you asking me, and I'm being nice because he was at a good, thing for his charity, so I don't want to kill him. But if you're being honest about it, it's like, why would we want to pay this guy all this money for what? He can't ask for the most money in football. He go to the table like, well, why are we paying you that much for? Because you look cute in the regular season? Pause. So, you asking me, be the nice guy. Because if you're not going to be nice, what you going to be? You're not going to be a bad guy.
But, Shady...
Because with bad guys, they come with results. T.J. Watt had to sit down and hold out. Aaron Donald had to sit down and hold out. I can keep going if you want me to do that.
Good.
They great players. And they've been the bad guy because they was not nice. They had them results. He don't give you them results.
But you told me, Shady,
What did I
on
tell
this show,
you?
sitting in that chair, you said next man up gonna get paid.
Yep.
You told it to me about Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray has no results. He has no playoff wins.
And they paid him.
They paid him.
I'm not saying don't pay that.
And he was the mean guy. Remember, he removed all of his Arizona Cardinals stuff on social media. His agent said. So, because Dak is the next man up, don't you think he should disregard the Dallas Cowboys and make them pay him?
Well, it seems like he wants to stay there. He wants to be in Dallas. It seems like he's a guy that want to be a Cowboy forever. That's what it comes off to me. So he has to play this role. But even Kyler Murray, I think he's good, but he ain't nothing to be up and down. Do we gotta have him? I think for the Cardinals at the time, yeah. But he didn't get paid at the top of the market. He didn't get paid number one.
He reset it.
And they knew what happened.
True. You're not wrong there.
Freaking 24 hours it was changed. So all I say is this. For quarterbacks like a Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray, them guys, they can get money because they are good. Team needs them. But to get that top of the charts money, man, you got to be something special, something different. And if I can't see a Super Bowl in the future with you, I'm not going to pay you. And I ain't saying this. Jerry's showing you that.
That's true. Very true. Joy Taylor, what do you make of being the nice guy? Very interested in your take on niceties.
I don't really care if you're nice or not. I need you to be competent.
Like consistently, right?
Yeah, that's what I think about nice. In the professional space, of course. Personally,
And is he that?
Personally, you only get to be nice to me. That's the only option. It's one mood, nice. Professionally, just get the job done. Dak's already been paid. Dak isn't Kyler Murray. This isn't his first contract. He's in a completely different space than someone who is looking for their first bag. So as far as playing nice guy, mean guy right now, Dak don't have to do none of that because either way, Dak's going to get another bag after this year. It's either going to be with the Dallas Cowboys or it's going to be with another team. Because we've seen it time and time again. Who is somebody that we compare to Dak Prescott all the time?
I say Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. I'm glad that you brought that up because that is what I was going to talk about. Shady, thank you.
A lot of money.
We talk about Kirk Cousins like Kirk Cousins is a really good quarterback. We think he is very competent. And he continues to get paid. Just got $100 million, right? Coming off of an injury, right? Got $100 million. Dak Prescott has been an all-pro. Hard to do. Kirk Cousins has never been an all-pro. Dak has been MVP runner-up. Kirk Cousins has never received an MVP vote. Dak has won 40% of his career regular season games, has 18 and 27. Kirk Cousins is 25.5% in many games, 14 and 41 career record. Dak has led the league last season with 36 passing touchdowns. Kirk has never led the league or reached 36 passing touchdowns. He has one playoff win, Kirk Cousins, in his career. We think they're the same player. And career-wise, Dak Prescott has had a better career. They're not the same player. Dak's actually had more team success. The point I'm making in all of this is Dak doesn't need to do anything. He can just be the nice guy. He cannot ruin his reputation in Dallas whatsoever. We're really hard on Dak Prescott. We have all these expectations of Dak Prescott. Why do we do that? Because he's a Dallas Cowboy. Why don't we do that to Kirk Cousins, who has a very comparable career? Because he's not a Dallas Cowboy. And he's went on to get $100 million coming off of an injury. Dak Prescott's already been paid by the Cowboys. He can secure a lifelong reputation in Dallas, which, as we know, will pay you year after year after year when you're retired. There's no reason for him to ruin his reputation in Dallas by being the bad guy, because he's going to get paid whether it's with the Dallas Cowboys or another team.
So what you're saying, though, is counterintuitive to everything any NFL player has ever been taught.
Why?
So, James, let me clarify. Is there no longer a reason to try to get paid before injury? I'm not disagreeing with her, but what she is saying is literally the opposite of what Shady was taught, I was taught, and you were taught. We were all taught, make sure you get paid before stepping on that football field. So I'm not saying she's wrong, but what she is saying is literally the opposite of what you were taught as a player.
Yeah, but that's different because Dak Prescott is not on his rookie deal or his first contract. Right. My man is making $50 million. Why I'm tripping? Why I'm gonna be the bad guy? I done already made 150 from y'all. I'm about to make 50 more this season. Why do I even gotta stand up here and be the bad guy? And next year, I'm hitting free agency where we all want to hit to see how much we worth.
No bona fide star plays into the last year of their deal willingly. Revis might have done it because that was Revis's hustle plan. Kirk Cousins, he'd been done it, but Kirk likes short deals, fully guaranteed. But no player willingly goes into the last year of his deal that is a guy. We all know this at this table. Yeah. So what you're telling me also is not normal. It's not normalcy, regardless of what deal.
It hasn't been players making $50 million. Now, if we're talking $7 million, $10 million, that may be something. We are talking 50.
Yeah.
Your life has changed already. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand if you are a receiver and you making $7 million and you already got an extension and you got another receiver making 20. Hold up. I ain't coming last year, my dude. Y'all better do something. I ain't coming and I'm not getting injured. But $50 million, well, I mean, that ain't even a question.
I disagree. It's all relative, though, right? And my thing is, like, you talking about 1 year. And he's talking about, yo, I'm gonna secure this bag for my future. So if I get injured, I'm gonna live on this $50 million. No. But if I get a deal before I even get on the field to get hurt, I'm locking in years of money.
But what I'm saying is, Shady, is my man done already made 150, and he's about to make 50 more this year. Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles, got 180. So what I'm saying is Dak is in such a good situation right now. Like, I truly believe all players will want to be in this situation. Everybody wants a chance to hit free agency. The blessing about not hitting free agency is the club gave you the number that you wanted. If you are not giving me the number I want, I can't wait to get to free agency because I know somebody's going to give me that and more. He's in a perfect situation. I done made 150 from the Cowboys, about to make 50 more.
Question then. So no worries if Dak gets hurt.
They just gave Kirk Cousins, who I just read all the numbers.
They gave him 200 off of an injury.
So I'm just saying, so no worries. From here, so I'm saying y'all's philosophy is it doesn't matter if you get hurt at the quarterback position. Is that
not if you are a certain type of player.
And right above average quarterback.
We just saw Kirk Cousins do it, who's 5 years older than him.
So here's my fear, because this is always my fear in life in general. I don't like counting other people's pockets and thinking that's what's going to be mine.
But that's the market, though.
But just because they paid, like in my experience, just because they paid you don't mean they're gonna pay you.
Why
just because they pay you don't mean.
But that's what the market is for quarterbacks.
Because we've seen it far too many times, either the quarterback position, the wide receiver position, the running back position. If somebody gets paid, it's like, oh, but they paid him. Oh, I know I'm finna get mine. Shady got paid. Oh, I know I'm about to get paid.
So, I think that applies to every position but the quarterback position. It's too much of a premium. There's too many teams who are in a position every single year. What do you think the Broncos are willing to do next year if this situation doesn't work out? We're going to talk about it in a little bit. And Dak Prescott's on the market.
It's going to be a lot of teams.
You don't think, like, if Sean Payton's interested in getting Dak Prescott, that they're not going to be having those conversations and be willing to write that check?
I think that if it's options, right, and if it's a deep draft, I'm going to say no. I don't need to. Think about it. If there's options out there, right, and we need quarterbacks, there's options out there for quarterbacks, and there's a deep quarterback draft, I don't need to go out there and get a hurt, banged-up quarterback. Doesn't make sense? You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
To pay a quarterback?
Oh, y'all picking up what I'm putting down.
That quarterback gonna give you a better shot than what you got in Denver.
The market always does this.
If you have options, there's no reason to go out there and take a risk on a guy that's banged up. If he's a little bit better, I don't think so.
The Falcons ain't had no options with draft and free agency.
But remember where they were picking at? I mean, it worked out. I'm not saying that y'all are wrong. I'm just saying what y'all are saying is fascinating.
But this is all I'm saying. So, Acho.
It's agent would say this. Happens.
But the top of the agents would not say this.
Of course, 1,000%. Heck no. There's not a chance. There is not a chance.
Okay, so but like, what is Dak's option here? Dak is the bad guy and he holds out.
Of course. Simple. Because hold out, get paid.
Now, this is just me. Okay, now I'm just doing my job now. So if he holds out, right? What are the Cowboys gonna do?
Exactly. You got to start Cooper Rush or Trey Lance.
That might not be that bad.
What happens if they start Cooper Rush and they start 3-0?
And he go 4-1 like he did.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing you ask of any player. You don't want to do that.
Like if you don't want to be the GM, right?
It's like
the coach is saying we want to start.
It's like remember what happened with the Chiefs with Chris Jones, with the Niners with Nick Bosa. That's the threat of holding out. You always give him the threat.
So first off, if my man hold out, he's walking away from $50 million.
They're gonna get some.
But I'm just saying that we don't know. But that's stupid. I ain't walking away.
How's it normally work?
I'm not walking away from no $50 million.
Let's not guess. Let's just say, how's it normally work though?
They get a deal.
They get a deal. But what I'm saying is,
the top players, real quick though, for the viewers out there.
Yeah.
Normally, how it works, the top players on the team, right? They're up, and they can't find a contract and all that, right? They go back and forth. When they hold out, what normally happens?
Yeah, when the top players is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Dak Prescott, top player on the team.
He's one of the top players on that team. He might
Jerry
be like
Jones came out and said that we want to see what this dude gonna do.
I'm gonna say
he did come out and say that, right?
So there's no pressure. That's
what I'm saying. So usually, like when the Aaron Donalds or T.J. Watt, it ain't none of that talk. We got to find a way to get these boys contracts done.
We know this because even remember what happened with Chris Jones. You know Veach and you know Andy very well. We talk about it all the time on the show. When Chris Jones, Chiefs' best defensive player, maybe you could say L'Jarius Sneed last year, when he held out, they all say, we got a number. We're not going over our number. We're not going over our They paid him more money, and then at the end of the year, they paid him a whole lot more money. I'm not even disagreeing with y'all. I just find it fascinating because we talk all the time about fighting for fully guaranteed contracts, especially at the quarterback position. Based upon what y'all are saying, there's no need to fight for fully guaranteed contracts anymore because you're going to get paid whether you're healthy or hurt.
No, that's not. You know that ain't what we say.
Every situation is completely different. There is no blanket way to get things done. Sometimes these deals get done and they never even hit the press for a second. They just pop up on our alerts, and that's how it's done. Sometimes they get filthy and down to the line. Sometimes players actually hold out and don't play. And depending on the scenario and what position it is, it all matters and varies. All I'm saying is if I'm Dak Prescott, yes, of course I want a long-term deal. Nobody wants to be going into the end of their contract. But Dak Prescott, based on the market, is in a great position because if he remains healthy, which is obviously a big concern, but even if he doesn't, Kirk Cousins, who objectively, numbers-wise, has had a worse career, it's not much, but worse career than Dak Prescott, coming off of an Achilles injury, 5 years older than him, with one playoff win in 12 years, just got paid. Yeah. So if the fear is getting paid, I don't have any anxiety about that.
Your brother, right? Your brother or your nephew, right?
Yes.
You tell your nephew that?
I would tell my nephew, if he played for the Dallas Cowboys and he's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, because that's what Dak Prescott is.
Making $50 million?
Hold on. You say you tell him that, hey, go out there, right? Don't worry about fighting for the contract, right? Just go out there and play. And then if you get hurt, hey, they're going to pay you again? You would tell him that? If that's what he wanted to do, I don't see the downside. No. I'm asking you, we need auntie.
What I do in the way that I handle things is a bit different than most people do. But I would say that I have seen people handle their careers in ways that I wouldn't do it. But in the longevity, in the long term, when you're thinking about money after your career, when you're thinking about your reputation within a city, when you're thinking about how fans within a fan base treat you and hold you in different regards, all those factors matter when you know that you will get paid again because that is what the market dictates for quarterback.
I tell y'all what I would do.
I would tell him, I don't never tell players to leave money on the table. So that's what I would do. If Dak Prescott don't want to handle it that way, I don't think that there are downsides to it.
All I'm going to say is, right, because I'm not saying y'all wrong. I'm just saying that, like, 90% of the time, it goes opposite of what y'all trying to say. Any agent y'all got or y'all know going to say, what? No. We going to send this thing out and we going to get our money. Maybe we don't get the number that we really want, right?
We don't get it
but you locking up money for the future.
Because we even talk about it all the time. But James, we even talk about, and we don't bring it up often, we try not to, the Alex Smiths, the Joe Theismanns. And I think, Joy, you brought this up before. That's why you don't ever, you said this about Lamar. That's why we said, hey, Lamar, don't touch the field until they pay you. Because it might not go like Kirk.
Off of a rookie deal, though. This man has almost made $200 million.
But are you your agent?
Frank Bauer, best agent in sports.
Even better. Yeah. If you call the best agent in sports, Frank Bauer, what will he tell you?
Thank you.
He's the
Frankie would tell me go get that money. You don't ever walk away from no 50
Of
million.
course.
So that's what I'm saying.
He ain't telling you that.
Yes, he
gonna
is.
say, yo,
He's saying what you're saying.
Oh,
you get the
I
money. Like,
Yeah, go get your 50 million. You are not sitting out and
your agent,
No.
we gonna call on the break. He gonna say, yo, you sit your little black self down. Let's get this money for the future, and then we gonna roll out.
Frankie is going to look at me and say, son, you have made $200 million.
James, you hold in,
There's
bro.
not like we can't
This is silly.
compare.
This is
This is
crazy.
why I don't like talking about other positions. Just because Shady's right, it's relative.
Yeah.
$200 million to another position is all the money in the world you would ever need. But when you're talking about Patrick Mahomes with a $500 million contract, $200 million is relative. I agree with you. I would not be touching the field.
Don't touch it.
I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying that if he wanted to go the other route, there are options there as well.
No,
I agree with that. Yes,
but
I
I'm
agree
saying,
with that.
I'm gonna say that's it's slimmer there though.
and it's risky.
There's so much because
I would do, because I never, ever tell players to leave money on the table.
Joy is big on like the facts, right, in sports, and I like that. So when you look at the facts and you research it, there's gonna be so much evidence.
Can I ask you
a table full of evidence where guys say, "Yo, I'm a top player, you're not paying me. Cool, I'm gonna sit out." And then eventually they work it out. Good parents will do say, "You know what?
Really quick,
I'm a good player. You're not taking my money. I'm gonna just play."
Really quick,
That never rarely happens.
So when you guys sign a contract and it's, let's just say,
I never had these issues.
Hold on, let's just say 3 years. Let's just say 3 years, 50. Let's just say 3 years, 50 million. You sign that contract, right? You happy, family juice. We just got a new deal. Ain't you looking at them 3 years like, ooh, in 3 years I'm a free agent?
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.